In a ROM hack where every Pokemon gets 4 abilities at the same time, it's safe to assume the abilities are the main focus for how strong a Pokemon is. Just having the normal ones from the main games won't cut it, so there have been plenty of new abilities created for Elite Redux. Of course, there are some that are just so much better than others. I've already done a few videos on some of the crazy abilities in this game, but in this video, I will go over 10 new broken abilities that were introduced in the latest 2.5 update and what makes them so good. A Pokemon getting poisoned is already annoying and puts a timer on a Pokemon as they will be taken out in a few turns. Now imagine if poison had secondary effects like how burn cuts down attack and paralysis cuts speed. Well, that's exactly what the ability Neurotoxin does, dropping the attack, defense, and speed of a Pokemon that gets poisoned by a Pokemon with this ability. Currently, only 2 Pokemon have this ability, one being Glimmet, which is a first stage evolution, so it's not that amazing unless it's early game. It also has Corrosion, so even a Steel type can't hide. But the other Pokemon that gets this is Mega Arbok. Mega Arbok can take full advantage of this ability, especially with its priority on Poison Fangs, and it's a 50% chance to poison. A 50% chance to severely weaken a physical attacker is too good to pass up. I mean, special attackers are in danger too because of that speed drop. Arbok isn't the fastest in the world, but after a speed drop, it might be faster, and with a lower defense, it will easily pick up a KO. When combining multiple abilities into one, the chance of it becoming broken increases greatly, especially when they synchronize so well and increase power. This is exactly what happens with Raging Goddess, the signature ability of Mega Hatterene. Raging Goddess combines Hyper Aggressive, which makes all moves hit twice, and the second hit being at 25% power, and Rampage, which lets a Pokemon ignore the recharge turns if they get a knockout with that move. Both of these are top tier, but combining them is just insane. One way to stop Rampage was with Focus Sashes or Sturdy, but now that doesn't even matter. Mega Hatterene has Pixelate, so expect boosted Stab Hyper Beams to hit not once, but twice. Not many Pokemon can handle this, and without recharge, there are no drawbacks. Giga Impact is the only other move she can use, but physical sets are not ideal. This ability is the reason that under Trick Room, Mega Hatterene is unstoppable. Any ability that increases evasion is usually considered broken or really strong. Most of them have certain conditions that need to be met, like Hail being up for Snowcloak or Sand being up for Sandveil. Well, the signature innate ability of Mega Redux Glalie, Bad Omen, doesn't require any setup for the evasion boost. It's unclear the percentage, but moves missed pretty frequently. Of course, the evasion alone isn't what makes it so broken. It also ensures any move that does touch it hits with the lowest roll possible, a big difference in damage in most cases. If you're lucky enough to get a crit, that damage will be quartered. This ability makes Pokemon so much harder to remove, and all it takes is one miss for a Pokemon to get taken out, or to let it get a free setup. Any Pokemon instantly becomes better just by having this ability. Flame Body can really swing a match. The 30% chance to get a burn is always a risk a physical attacker takes when contacting a Pokemon with it. Now imagine if that was turned up to 50% and it applied to any move, not just contact moves. Well, that's what the ability Arc Flash does, and it does a great job of scaring away any physical attacker that plans on attacking a Pokemon with it. Arc Flash is the signature innate ability of the new Omega Rapidash, and it takes full advantage of it. A 20% increase to burn is not super busted, but it's also the fact that all of its moves now gain a 50% chance to paralyze when dealing damage that's crazy. Removing it as quickly as possible, especially in doubles, is key, otherwise your entire team is going to be picking up devastating status effects left and right. A move that boosts 3 important stats in one turn is typically considered very good. Moves like Quiver Dance or Coil. Only thing that can make those moves even better is if they did damage. Well, Blade Dance makes this a reality. Blade Dance is the signature ability of Hisuian Lilligant and will trigger a 50 base power Stab Leaf Blade when a dancing move is used. Lilligant gets access to the very powerful Victory Dance, which boosts attack, defense, and speed all at once. Now after it's used, a Leaf Blade, which just got the benefit of +1 attack, will be launched. This isn't small damage, especially if it's weak to grass. Blade Dance makes it so Lilligant can not only start setting up a sweep, but can also take out Pokemon in the process. It makes it so she can easily run through teams. Another thing to note is Hisuian Lilligant also has the Tachyon ability, so all of its moves are actually dancing moves, meaning no matter what it uses, Blade Dance will be activating, which is so broken. Water Bubble is already considered a pretty solid ability. Doubling the power of water moves can be really scary, and the fact Pokemon with it can't be burned is always nice. Now combine that ability with Flaming Soul, which gives all fire moves +1 priority at full health, and you get a really powerful ability. That being Flame Bubble, Mega Redux Reuniclus's signature ability. This thing has 165 special attack, so you really don't want to see the double powered Steam Eruption coming at you. Even worse, it has access to Eruption. A +1 priority Eruption is just insane. Mystical Fire can also be used to instantly drop a special attacker to -1. Flame Bubble is just another example of abilities getting much better when multiple are involved. Curse is one of the most powerful status effects in the entire game. Only ghosts can inflict it, and oftentimes they need to sacrifice a chunk of their health just to inflict it. Well, what if there was an ability that could cause the effects of Curse without sacrificing health? That's exactly what the ability Funeral Pyre does. Funeral Pyre is the signature innate of Mega Gyarados X, and it will take 1/4 of any Pokemon's HP each turn it's used on the field, as long as they're not a ghost or a dark type. This is just such a broken ability. Mega Gyarados can use Protect, and the opponent just loses 1/4 of their health, or after setting up a Dragon Dance, the opponent still is taking damage. The fact the majority of Pokemon just can't even be on the field for more than 4 turns with a Pokemon with Funeral Pyre is crazy. It's even worse in double battles because both Pokemon are being affected at the same time, forcing you to remove Gyarados as quickly as possible. Any ability that can take you down to half HP from successfully getting off a double Protect is insane. Pair it with Substitute, and you have an absolute menace on your hands. There's a reason moves like Dragon Tail and Whirlwind have -6 priority. Obviously, if a Pokemon is fast enough, they can just keep forcing you to switch over and over, which is broken. Well, the ability On the Prowl will actually remove this priority restriction, at least for 1 turn, meaning a Pokemon like Mega Meowth can come in and use a move like Wild Swing to force an opponent out. This is great for clearing stats or making a Pokemon come back out to a bunch of hazards. Mega Meowth is the only Pokemon that can do damage with this, but Liepard has Roar. On the Prowl actually removes all priority restrictions on the first turn, so Bruxish can set Trick Room up instantly since the -7 priority is gone. On the Prowl also gives all other moves +1 priority on the first turn, which is always useful. Fake Out can actually go before Protect, which is wild. The ability Stun Shock is the signature ability of Mega Toxtricity, and it adds a 60% chance to either poison or paralyze a Pokemon with any attacking move it uses. Poison activating can get through Focus Sash Pokemon and is overall just annoying to deal with, or they can get paralyzed, which is even more devastating. Stun Shock is more problematic in double battles since spread moves hitting both targets has a pretty good chance of them ending up getting paralyzed, which can be life or death for a lot of Pokemon. The ability Last Stand is the signature innate of Blue Moon Polarctic. Last Stand will gradually increase both the special defense and defense of Blue Moon Polarctic as it loses HP, making it tankier and tankier. This maxes out at 60%, but that still makes it very bulky. It can give it a better chance at getting off a Belly Drum, which it can then sweep with priority moves like Ice Shard and Aqua Jet. Last Stand will change moves that will normally be a 2-shot into a 3-shot, letting it easily get moves like Reversal into full power. With Drain Punch as a strong stab recovery option, it can get its HP back up, making it take even longer to remove. Now, most of these new abilities are limited to new forms or megas, but in a randomized game mode, these broken abilities can be on any Pokemon. Get some of these on the right Pokemon, and they can become unstoppable. What broken abilities have you found in the new 2.5 update? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Shout out to all our great members, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.